I want to go here. I want to go to the Happiness Museum. It's in Copenhagen.
What makes it happy?
Well, what happened was there's a company that is the Happiness Research Institute. And so that's what they study, the cause and effect of actual happiness, which I think is super cool in of itself. Well, they decided because so many people were like, well, what is happiness? And what do you study? And are you happy all the time? So they said, you know what? People are looking for happiness. Let's make a museum out of what we do. And so they started filling it with things that make themselves happy. What they found through their research makes people happy.
Okay.
And happiness, honestly, has a different face depending on the culture, depending on as time goes by, things change that make us happy. And so the museum will be ever evolving, they said.
So it's like you see imagery and wording from different cultures on what makes that culture happy.
Yes. And you can also leave like little sticky notes of things that make you happy. Like somebody put friends, somebody put family, obviously.
Reese's peanut butter cups.
Exactly. Is that on a sticky note? Wait a minute. What?
No, you put it on a sticky note.
Yeah. So what would you put in the Happiness Museum?
Frito-Lay.
That would be on your sticky note.
No, but sometimes it should be.
Sometimes, yeah. No, I got you. I would put, other than family, God, friends, I would put puppies.
Okay.
Puppies make me so happy.
Puppies make Liz happy. Cycling makes me happy. I like to get out.
Yeah.
Hiking makes me happy with the family.
See?
We did that yesterday.
I think that would be super cool if even if we here in our studio had like a little sticky note, here's what makes me happy. And you just see it every day. It needs to change though, because it's going to become wallpaper after a while.
Yeah.
But just listing.
It'll look cluttered after a bit. That would make me unhappy.
No, just one.
Okay,
and then you
just
change
one.
it, and then you take it down.
Okay.
So that when you come in and say, you know what, I had a really hard morning, or I had a hard night the night before, there you go.
There's your sticky note.
And
Frito-Lay.
Puppies.
Doritos.
I'm going to say Reese's peanut
Why
butter cup.
Why is it comfort food I'm putting on a sticky note now?
You know, it does make you happy, at least for a moment.
His morning crew.
Liz was just mentioning about the Happy Museum. Where is that?
In Copenhagen.
Which, they just have walls and walls and walls of display of what makes people happy. We started thinking about you and what makes you happy. It's Rob and Liz on His Radio, 800-447-7234.
Jocelyn kind of agrees with me. She says puppies equal happiness.
Puppies?
Oh, yeah. Puppies just make my heart melt. Oh, love it. Colette says, just hearing Rob says he likes junk food makes me happy. And so I said, well, what kind of junk food makes you happy? And she said wheat thins, which to me is not junk food, but although I can probably put out a box really quickly, and pizza.
See, I have to stay away from junk food.
Me too.
Junk food, I think of junk food and I gain 20 pounds.
Why is that?
It happens just like that. It's my brain.
Yes.
Just on stupid overdrive, something like that.
Now I'm thinking about pizza.
Brenda is here. Brenda, what makes you happy, girl?
Giraffes make me happy.
Giraffes? Why is it giraffes?
Just been collecting them for probably over 10 years now, and I just love them. They're majestic. They're just beautiful.
What started it?
Going to the zoo and petting them, and I just love the way they look. None of them are the same. Their patterns are all different.
Yeah.
There's actually different color giraffes. There's a white giraffe even.
Okay, now I'm going to have to observe their patterns because a giraffe is a giraffe to me, just a thing with a long neck.
And they have a long tongue and a long tail.
Yeah, they do, don't
Yes, they do.
Yes. I have over 200 of them in my collection.
Wow.
Okay, what's the most unique giraffe that you have?
My tattoo on my shoulder blade.
There you go. Okay, Brenda, you're going to
I take it with me wherever I go.
You're going to have to take a picture of that and send it to us.
I'll send that to you right up.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Because of this Happy Museum that's in Copenhagen, people started sharing about things that make them happy, the things that God uses to make them happy. At 800-447-7234. It's Rob and Liz on His Radio. I think I know one thing that makes Liz happy.
What's that?
Being recognized out in the middle of the lake.
It was the coolest thing, but also like, what is happening here? Yeah, we went to the lake on Saturday, and there was a pontoon boat, had a family on it, and they were commenting on our dog Charlie. And so I was talking back and forth, and a little girl named Brianna said, "Do you work for His Radio?" And I was like, "What now?" Yes, I do. So I told her I would give her a shout out, and so there
Brianna.
you go. Thanks for listening, Brianna.
Yo, Brianna. Whoop, whoop.
Yay.
Charlie barks hi back at you, too.
Exactly. All right.
800-447-7234. What makes you happy?
Missy said, my grandson, Colton, plus the Andy Griffith Show and pizza. All those
Three great things.
Exactly. Carol said, what makes me happy is I have God in my life. Second of all, my kitty cats. I love my kitty cats.
That's so good.
Yeah.
That's great, Carol. Okay, something that God uses to make you happy at 800-447-7234. Alan's along with us. What about you, Alan?
I love to sing, and so sometimes I go on the Sing Snap and I'll sing, or singing when I go to karaoke, do that. And then the other thing is coming home to my cat, who is just such a loving cat, and she's just always welcomes me home after work. So those are the two things.
Lots of things make you happy. I like that you do karaoke.
What's your favorite karaoke song? Like, what's the go-to?
I actually do a lot of Louis Armstrong songs. And so I do like "What a Wonderful World" or "Hello, Dolly," and some people say I sound a little bit like it, like "Hello, Dolly." Well, hello, Dolly.
Listen to that.
I'm hearing it.
That was awesome, Alan.
Hello, Dolly. Well, hello, Dolly.
Oh, yeah.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
It's the Happy Museum.
Yeah.
So they have things all over the place on what, makes them happy. We're curious about what God uses to make you happy at 800-447-7234.
And I love what Olivia says. She said, what makes me happy is my kitty, whose name is Misty, and also my best friend, Allegra, and her sisters, Addison and Madison. Her sisters are going to be 2. They're twins.
They're twins,
Yeah.
really? Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, so the toddlers make her so happy. And then Allison said, my puppies make me happy, and also my goats make me happy.
She has goats?
Yes, I want to see pictures of her
That
goats.
must be a really neat place to visit.
I would think so. Like Allison and her zoo.
Her zoo.
That sounds great.
Goats and everything
Yep.
else.
Mhm.
800-447-7234. Justin is here. Justin, what makes you happy?
I've always been addicted to Pop-Tarts, so that does make me pretty happy as well.
Pop-Tarts make you happy. What is it about
Yes,
Pop-Tarts, Justin?
I don't know. I used to eat them when I was a kid, and I just never stopped.
All right, what's your favorite flavor?
Right now it's strawberry, but it really depends. I used to love cinnamon, but strawberry's been my favorite lately.
Have you ever tried like the wild berry or those crazy flavors they keep coming out with?
I have not. I know that they have like that chocolate pretzel thing people keep saying is amazing, but I just can't do it.
I'm so curious about if this happens to be an every morning thing, the Pop-Tart.
It used to be. I've been backing off of it more and more, just because, they're technically not good for you, I guess. But,
Well, yeah, there's that.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
It's been good to hear from you at 800-447-7234. It's Rob and Liz on His Radio, hearing about what God uses to help you get happy.
Yeah. And we're getting some interaction, some people texting in, which is super cool. My grandfather passed away from COVID over the weekend. He's our family matriarch, and she said what is making her happiest right now is holding on to those memories that he left her with.
Good for you, Wendy.
I think so, too.
His legacy lives on in you.
Yeah, and I think that's what we try to do, is leave a lasting impression on those around us. All right, so Kendra, she texted in, and she said what makes her happy is getting to sleep in on the weekend, not having to wake up to an alarm clock.
That's a lot of happiness.
Ooh.
So much happiness.
Let me tell you, Saturday morning I was doing that happy dance.
I'm sure you
3:30,
have.
bye-bye.
Hannah's here at 800-447-7234. What does God use to make you happy, Hannah?
My horses definitely make me happy.
Oh, how many do you have?
I have 4. I have 2 quarter horses. One is my barrel horse, and then we have a miniature pony for my daughter, and then I have a 6-month-old quarter horse colt.
Oh, so what makes you so happy about them? What do they do? How do they lift your spirit?
Anytime I'm ever feeling down or just, had a long day, just stressed, whatever it may be, I can go out to my barn and saddle up, trail ride. I mean, just go out running. It's like flying without wings.
Sounds like horses have been a part of your life for a very long time.
They have. I actually started whenever I was really little. My uncle was he had horses, and he was in a really bad car wreck and lost use of one of his arms. And so that's whenever I really started doing a lot of the, hard labor that comes with them. I would help him take care of them and carry the feed and, do a lot of the things we really couldn't do anymore to help him. And then, the older I got, they were just always there. Carried
on the family business.
Yeah, pretty much. And my uncle actually died whenever I was in high school. And I still have his horses, well, my nana has them, but I still get to see his horses that he cared for so much all the time, too.
Mornings with Rob and Liz.
There's excitement in the air.
Yeah, there is.
Mm-hmm.
Over the weekend, we had our daughter and her husband come over to the house. We knew they were going to have a gender reveal, like an ultrasound, on Saturday. And they were going to make us wait like a week. And so I invited them to dinner on Sunday.
Look isn't she sly? She did that so she could get it out of them a week early.
Well, I wanted to have them over anyway. And then I was like, I know my daughter and she doesn't keep secrets very well like that she's excited about.
Did you pull it out of her?
I didn't have to.
Oh.
I didn't have to. They came bearing gifts.
Okay.
And one was this it's a stuffed owl. And it has...
Is that the heartbeat?
That's the baby's heartbeat.
No way.
Yes.
I love that. Well, I'm colorblind. What color is the owl?
The owl is gray and white.
Oh.
And then it has blue eyes.
Oh, so it's a boy.
Well, at the bottom of the package of the bag was a teething ring.
Okay.
And when I unwrapped it and turned it over, I screamed so loud.
Boy?
It's pink.
A girl! Oh, she's going to have a grandbaby!
We're going to have a grandbaby girl!
Oh.
And we know her name is going to be Jessinia Rose, and they're going to call her Jessie, Jesi Rose, Jessie Rose.
Jessie Rose.
Yeah, and so they made their
neat.
Little social media announcement with the ultrasound and like a little outfit that they purchased.
Great.
So.
Okay, have you been to Oshkosh yet?
I was looking online.
Look, I knew it.
Oh, I had a closet. Taylor said, "Can I look in your closet now?" Because I had told her I was putting some things up. And so they went through everything because I had a closet full of stuff.
Already.
Oh, already. I can't help it.
I know you can't.
Listen.
And now that you know it's a grandbaby girl.
Yeah, and listen.
That's her. That's her heartbeat.
Oh, little Jessie.
She's holding that thing tight.
Oh, like
that little stuffed owl that they gave you.
It's going to be so hard to wait until the end of February now.
Mm-hmm.
It's just going to be pink and ruffles and.
You're not going to dress up the owl now, are you?
I might.
Uh-oh. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Gender reveals. Hey, I don't know if you've had a gender reveal lately or how you've done it or how COVID-19's kind of changed it, but love to hear from you. 800-447-7234.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
If you didn't hear, Liz finagled the gender out of her daughter of the grandbaby that's going to be born. It's Rob and Liz, His Radio.
Yeah, we found out on Sunday. Here is her heartbeat.
That is just the neatest thing.
Isn't that cool? That's inside of a stuffed animal, which is super cool. So it was an early birthday present, but they also let me know that it's going to be a girl.
It's a girl. The gender reveal party was next weekend.
Was supposed to be.
And then, of course, Liz says, hey, come on over for dinner. And then she finagles it out of them. She put a spotlight on the two.
No, I actually found out they had told a couple of other people before they told us.
Wait, what?
Yeah, her best friend. I get it. I totally get it. I wasn't
Taylor.
too upset.
Taylor.
No.
Augie.
It's okay. It's all right.
Okay.
I found out, and now I'm super excited.
She's been over the moon since this morning, and now we know why.
Yeah, and it would have been the same had I found out it was a boy. I just hadn't had a baby girl in the house in so long.
A long time since Taylor.
Yeah, because I have 2 teenage boys. So it was Taylor and then the 2 boys. So, yeah.
It's been 3 men in the house and Liz for such a long time. Now it's a granddaughter that's going to be in the mix now. Okay. Hey, Brittany is here. She wants to tell about her gender reveal. So what happened, Brittany? You're on His Radio.
Well, we had just purchased 20 acres of land to build our forever home on. And it was about the time that we just found out we're going to have our third child. And what better way to just do the gender reveal on our 20 acres. So we invited all of our friends and family, and we set up a target, and we had like the tannerite, and we put the powder in there. And my husband shot a gun, kind of country, and it was a girl, and her name is River Graves. And now we have to change our floor plan, so we have 4 bedrooms now because she was our third child.
Well, look it.
And so she's born, or when are you due?
She is born. She will be 2 in November.
Oh, okay. So this was a little while back.
This was done pre-COVID. So how many people did you have over?
Oh, my goodness. All of my family and our friends, I think we ended up having like 60 people.
How did the grandparents react?
My mom's just so embarrassing sometimes. She was just jumping up and down and screaming and just hugging everyone. And my grandma was crying.
You wouldn't trade that for the world, though, I bet.
Oh, absolutely not. My kids think my mom just hung the moon.
I have a feeling Liz did the same thing when she found out she's having a granddaughter.
I screamed so loudly. Like, if I were to recreate, I would have to get so far off this microphone, it would be ridiculous. Do you want me to do it?
No,
Okay.
Because we want to keep our windows around.
Yeah, that's kind of where it was.
She will shatter glass.
Yeah.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
You may not have heard it earlier, or maybe you have, and you're celebrating along with Liz.
Yay.
She's having a...
Yes.
You say.
Yes, my daughter's having a baby girl.
Baby girl. They did the gender reveal. It's Rob and Liz on His Radio. We're starting to hear from other reveals at 800-447-7234.
Monette said, I have 2 nieces expecting, but you know what? They're going to wait. They're going to find out at the birth.
Really?
I don't know. That would be very suspenseful for me to...
Liz has ways.
They can come over to my house for dinner.
Mm-hmm. That's how she got it out of her daughter. Just a dinner invite.
Sort of.
Dinner invite. That's all it takes. So Liz has ways.
Yes, I will try. Jenny said we did a cake. This was last year. We did a cake. We had about 10 people, and they revealed, because they had a blue and a pink balloon on top of the cake, but when you sliced it, that's when you found out they were having a baby girl,
right.
Anna Marie is going to be a year old coming up in a couple weeks.
Oh, happy birthday, Anna Maria. Just a little bit early.
Yeah.
Almost a Thanksgiving baby.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not.
No.
It's September.
Columbus Day.
Where did I get
don't know.
that? Thanksgiving, baby.
You are really moving this 2020
I
along.
want 2020 gone.
Me too.
You know? Okay, Amy's along with us at 800-447-7234. What about that, what was it, a pregnancy or a reveal of the gender?
Well, it wasn't the gender reveal, but it was the reveal that I was pregnant. I got married in my mid to late 30s and had always said I did not want children. And we had 2 dogs, and those were our babies. And God had other plans, as it turned out. And so we had known for a couple of weeks, my husband and I. We waited until my mom's birthday, and inside the birthday card, we put a picture of the pregnancy test. And so when she upped the card, she was reading the card, and I made it to where she had to flip the picture over. And she flipped the picture over, and she screamed so loud, "You're pregnant!" that my nephews who were in the front yard heard her and came running in the house. What?
I'd say she was excited.
Yeah, it was a huge deal. My brother's youngest child was an 11th grader in high school, and all of his kids were much older. So the idea of another baby in the family was quite the shock to everyone.
His morning crew.
Dolly Parton just revealed in an interview the secret to her 54-year marriage. It's Rob and Liz on His Radio. Amazing young lady. I mean, Dolly and Carl have been married 54 years.
And in sort of a Hollywood-type setting, I mean, that's incredible.
Longer than I've been alive.
Exactly.
They've been married.
54
Amazing.
years. And you know what she says? They're not in each other's faces all the time, which is one of the keys to marriage. They have sort of their own interests, probably their own hobbies and that type of thing, and they don't feel the need to just be right up on each other the whole time.
Yeah, she'll tell you there's a lot to be said about having some sensible separation, which makes sense. She travels.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, when she goes and she does concert tours and
Yep.
things like that, although there's not a lot of that happening now, I understand that. But still, there was separation at that time. When she came back home, they were just right back together.
Yeah. And, my mom and dad worked with each other when I was younger. I was probably a teenager, and they worked in the same place. And then they were together 24 hours a day, and that was hard.
I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, they got through it, and they were married almost 50 years, but yeah. That was difficult for them.
Yeah. And there's this love. I mean, every time she talks about her husband, she talks, you see the sparkle that's still in her eye.
Isn't that sweet after 54
years later?
And
I
love hearing stories like that. You've made it, whether it's 5 years, whether it's 10 years, or 75 years, what is it that you're doing to keep that marriage alive?
We'll be coming up on our 30th next year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, what are some of those things that you do?
I don't know, because I make a ton of mistakes.
Well, I think we all do, though.
It's my wife that's keeping it all together. She should have tossed me out a long time ago.
No, patience. Patience, probably.
That's what she has.
Yeah, is key. We're going to be celebrating 21, so
congratulations.
in October. Yeah, so I think patience. I think it is respect that you have to have for each other, and I do agree with Dolly that sometimes, I got to be with the girls, he's got to be with the guys, and it just makes you miss each other. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
What would you say is a key? Maybe somebody gave you some great advice one time. Hey, join the conversation. Here's the number. It's 800-447-7234.
Mornings with Rob and Liz.
After we heard about Dolly Parton and some of the advice that she has for marriage, because she's been married 54 years, we've been hearing about some advice that people have gotten throughout these years. It's Rob and Liz at His Radio, 800-447-7234.
Yeah, Paula said, I feel forgiveness is key to a successful marriage for your spouse, but also for yourself.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, forgive yourself when you make mistakes in your marriage, of course.
Boy, do I need to forgive myself.
Me too.
A lot.
Elaine said, just celebrated 26 years of marriage. Focus on the positive things you like about your spouse. And the other, she's also saying forgiveness. It goes a long way. There's no need to hold on to stuff that happened 5 minutes ago or 5 years ago.
2 things in a row about forgiveness.
Yep.
Okay, here's Randy at 800-447-7234. What was the advice that was given to you, Randy?
Even though you're married, don't give up the dating.
Who gave you that advice, Randy?
My father did. I was just starting out in my marriage. I was in my 30s when I did get married. So he said, okay, you've got a sweet girl. Don't ever quit dating her. And he was married to my mom 35 years before she died. We were glad she died because she had colon cancer and she quit fighting, even though she ran 5 miles a day until the day she died.
Strong woman, your mom.
Wow. How did you apply what you learned from your dad to your marriage?
Flowers on a Tuesday or a dinner on a Thursday. Don't tell her you're coming home and say, hey, let's go out to dinner. Just continue dating. That was what it was.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Eleanor is a model. Eleanor is a toddler. She's 2. She has Down syndrome. And she is a model for JoJo Mama and BB's newest catalog. I have no idea. I've never shopped them before, but I did take a look around. It's affordable. It's kids' clothes, and they're super cute. Here's how Eleanor was found. Her mom takes these super cute pictures of her and puts them on her social media. And so I don't even know how they found her, really, other than just scrolling around. She's now their newest model.
That is so great. Maybe it was a hashtag.
It could have been.
And they found her on a hashtag on how those things work. But she is adorable. Liz is showing some of these pictures.
Yeah.
We'll have them posted on His Radio TV, Apple TV, Roku, and hisradio.com.
Yeah, she is so cute. Here's one cool thing about it. Because of the pandemic, they couldn't really fly Eleanor and her family, to probably New York or something to take these pictures. And so what they did was they sent like the outfits to the family and said, just catch her in her natural surroundings, having fun with the family, with the pets or whatever, and then send the pictures back.
Oh, that's great.
And they edited them from there, and there you go. She is their newest model.
So they take the pictures themselves.
Yes.
Well, which is how they discovered her anyway.
Right.
So why not have the best photographer always available?
I know, and make her smile.
That would be Mom, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Mornings with Rob and Liz.
I'm going to say this with a really thick accent, and let's see if you can figure out what I'm saying here. Wiser wedding. So what did I just say? Wiser wedding.
Why is there a wedding?
Why is there a wedding?
Huh. Okay.
So it's Rob and Liz on his radio. So somebody wanted to make a wedding cake.
Yeah.
And the wedding cake was supposed to read Wiser Wedding. Wiser, Wiser Wedding. That's the name of the family.
Okay.
It's the Wiser Wedding.
Uh-huh.
That's not what they put on the cake. What they put on the cake is what Liz interpreted me saying with a very thick accent. Wiser Wedding. And so what'd you say?
Why is there a wedding?
That's what they put on the cake.
Why would they put that?
They thought, well, the customer's right. I'm not going to question it. They said, why is there a wedding? So I'm going to put that on the cake because they said, put that on the cake. Why is there a wedding?
Okay, if it were me, I probably would have made a phone call and said, I'm just confirming. But I always think I'm wrong. So,
well, listen. Now, the people, they could have done that. They could have said, we're just going to call and confirm. You want to put why is there a wedding on the cake. That's right. Why is there a wedding?
It could have gone down that way.
Can you imagine the conversation?
Can you imagine when they went to pick it up? Because somebody just didn't look. But
they probably double check. I mean, can you imagine? Here's the phone call. It said, hi, wedding cake people.
Wedding cake people.
Yeah, I'd like to make a wedding cake, and I'd like there to put you this saying on top, if you would. Why is there a wedding? Okay, so why is there a wedding? Why is there a wedding? Why is there a wedding? No, why is there a wedding? Okay, why is there a wedding? I got it. Boom. And I made it on a cake.
I wonder if it's ever happened to it's never happened to us. I can't think of anything that was ever.
Names have gotten wrong and things like that before.
I can see spellings of names like Taylor. My daughter, maybe they spelled it Tailor instead of Taylor. But
yeah, or Liz, Liz instead of Lizz because she uses two Z's on hers.
It's just so you think about it longer, Liz.
Yeah.
I don't know. That would be funny to know if that's ever happened to anybody. But
I am.
What is it again?
Wiser wedding. That's what it is right there.
His morning crew.
It was love at first sight when this young lady went during a school vacation to visit her sister. There was this gentleman that lived close by that sister's apartment. Those two became very fast friends. 7 years later, they were married. That was February 7th, 1941. It's Rob and Liz on his radio.
Yeah, it was Julio and Waldromina. They fell in love, got married. They now have 11 grandchildren, 21 great-grandchildren, 9 great-great-grandchildren. They are now considered by Guinness Book the oldest married couple in history because he's 110 and she's 104.
And they've been married for how long?
A long time.
79 years after tying the knot, they are officially the world's oldest married couple. So they haven't been married the longest.
No.
They're just the oldest
couple
in age.
Yeah, and so they have a secret formula. If you're getting ready to get married or you're just trying to keep the marriage alive, I totally get it. Secret formula: love, maturity, and mutual respect.
It works for them.
I think it's a good baseline to model your own marriage after.
Thank you, Julio and Waldromina. How do you say her name?
I think it's Waldromina.
That's perfect.
I love
Nailed it.
Isn't that different?
That is different.
I like it.
And a good way to celebrate a marriage, too.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
They thought it was Lee Coates flying around the LAX.
Okay.
Yeah, they thought, okay, that's got to be her just flying around.
Yeah?
Because she's the only female that can fly a jetpack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
So it was a couple of weeks ago, just more than a week ago, I should say Sunday.
Yeah.
More than a week Sunday. And there are a couple of commercial flights coming in going, there's someone flying around here in a jetpack. They thought, well, Lee Coates is close by. It was probably her, which she knows better. You don't fly around an airport in a jetpack.
That's what I was thinking. How dangerous.
And she's like, no, I was out with friends. That wasn't me. And they thought, who is this mysterious jetpack guy?
Okay.
Turns out that was a mannequin with a fake jetpack.
No.
And somebody flew it around with a drone.
No way. Can you imagine having to prove that you were out with friends? No, I was not flying a jetpack.
Yeah, that was not me. I know how to do it. Yes, my name is Lee Coates, but that was not me.
Weird conversation, but a mannequin.
They thinking now it's a mannequin with a drone.
And so have they found the person that was on the ground with the drone?
No idea.
Ooh, you're in trouble.
They are. They shouldn't have done that around LAX.
Anywhere near airplanes. That is super dangerous.
Somebody was not thinking that day.